Jasper, Coach has talked a good bit in recent weeks about needing to start faster. It's easy to say, harder to do, I understand, but how do you do it? Is there a way? Do you guys concentrate on that now?
I think it's more of coming from like a schematic standpoint. By start faster, we have mental lapses with the certain scouting report errors, and then on the that's on the defensive end really, and then on the offensive end, it's more, we're like not really sure what we're supposed to do to begin the game, which I think is kind of normal. You trying to figure out ways to open up the game, how the defense is playing you. So I think it's more of just locking into scouting report, and then on the offensive end, just trying to do the best that we can, how we prepared to put that into the game.
Go back and look at the first game against them. What did you do well? What were some of the things they were able to get on you in that last game?
Against Cincinnati, I think one thing that we struggled with was our transition defense and our turnovers, which eventually leads to transition defense. And they scored a lot of their, or I think it was about 1/3 of their points came off of our turnovers, and so we got to do a better job of that. They play really well in their building, and something that's been hurting us was our scouting report error. So we got to do a good job on the players that they have.
Do you have any familiarity with Fifth Third? I know they do play better in that building. They kind of feed off of that. You have any experience there? Or know
I have zero experience there. Yeah.
Just watching games on TV at all or anything like that?
I watched a couple of their games. Their Baylor game, Iowa State game, a little bit.
You're right there with Houston at the end.
Houston game, that was early in conference, So I watched a couple of their games at home. Try to do as much of watching as much Big 12 basketball as I can. So
one other one on Cincinnati. What flipped in that last 6 minutes? They had you guys, I think, down whatever it was, 4-6, something like that.
Yeah.
You guys were able to flip it there and win the game. What went right for you?
I think we just had that sense of urgency as a team. We did a better job of locking in. They went on like a 9-0 run or something like that late in the second half, and then we only gave up like 5 points after that for real. And so we had a higher sense of urgency on defense, and then on offense, some of our players made really big plays, and that's what really good players do.
Help have another Trace and prayer at the end of the shot clock?
I mean, that helped a lot. Really good player. Like I said, really good player making really good plays.
Jasper, you're talking about scouting reports, and I'm really kind of interested because just kind of looking at the Big 12 as a whole, you see a lot of irregularities throughout the course of the long season where maybe a guy, who's supposed to be really good, maybe has a really bad game, and that shows up on the scouting report, and he's like, okay, maybe he's not as good but then he shows up and he's really good. Or maybe the opposite. This guy's no good, then he comes in and scores 20 or whatever. Team may shoot 60% one game and then shoot 35%. So when you see those fluctuations on a scouting report, how do you know what to key on and what to believe, and you know what I mean? I'm sure you probably experienced a little bit of it.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I understand what you're saying. I think the coaching staff does a really good job of not trying to put anything in our minds that we don't want in our minds. We think we give the respect to all the teams that we play against and try to just, give them the utmost respect. So we try not to worry about that. And like I said, the coaching staff, they do a really good job of just trying to put a high sense of urgency on the things that the other teams do really well. And then, of course, you want to look at the things that they don't do well and try to expose them on that. But for the most part, it's all like we try to maximize the things that they do well and try to stop that.
How much of a scouting report is based off the team's just previous game as opposed to maybe the last 4 or 5 or 6 games? Is there,
It's more of a season-based thing. Yeah, not really that small. Yeah, definitely.
Also, as mentioned, spacing is something you guys have been working on to try to help yourselves a little bit offensively. As a player, what can you do to kind of improve that and open the floor up so you can get more scoring opportunities?
I think a big thing with that is communication between us as players. The coaches do a really good job of communicating that with us, but as much as we communicate on defense, or we need to be communicating on defense, we need to be doing that on offense as well. And I don't think we do that enough. And I think if we did talk to each other more on the offensive end, it would help us as a team for sure.
Jasper, your first year at West Virginia, only year, but just your experience here, basketball-wise, the Big 12, and then just culturally living here, what's it been like?
For me personally, it's been great. Like, I have my girlfriend and my son here. They have a really good time here. We try to do as much as we can for the off time that I get around here. Like the food around here. Whenever I do go out, people are always, saying something or trying to get my attention to, let them know that they're here to support us and they want to see us do good. So from that aspect, off the floor, it's been really good. And then on the floor, I just, been trying to do as much as I can to not only help my team win, but, satisfy the fans around here too, in the state and the supporters. So, my time here has been really well, and I'm more than blessed to have this opportunity.
Big 12 been what you thought it would be in terms of competition?
For
Better,
sure.
worse? Mm-hmm.
Right what I thought. Yeah, I've always thought that this is the best conference in the country, and I think it's been proven now throughout, what is it? I think it's been 9 games now, halfway through, yeah. So, yeah, it's been surprising losses, but that's the league. That's how it goes.
Plus, you enjoy the cold here, right?
No, not at all. Not at all. But it's crazy, though, because I'm from Florida, so my mom I was on the phone with her yesterday, and she was like, it's been 30 degrees down here. And I was like, yeah, the other day got to the negatives, so yeah, so yeah, it is down there. So
Jasper, point guard screens are a big part of getting you going, right? Seems like it's good sometimes, it could be better sometimes too, but just a fine line between effective and ineffective and a decent screen and a great screen. How small but how big is that?
A screen is very big. It gives me the ability to have an open lane, a clear view of when I have the ball and driving. And I do think, I think there's always things that we can do to help the offense. But I do think our bigs do a really good job of setting screens and being physical for us guards to get open and have open lanes. So screening is definitely a huge part of the game and our offense, and I think we can do a better job of that, but I think they do a good job of doing it.
It's hard too, right? It's a 40-minute game, you're playing both ends, the other guy's fighting,
Yeah.
right? Do you got to be careful not to take it sometimes, or to be really patient? It didn't work, or let me give it another second. It seems like there's so much that goes on apart from just stand there or just move around that guy.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's a lot. Sometimes the defense manipulates it well, and the screener wants to move, and sometimes that ends up causing a offense an illegal screen. So, yeah, it happens sometimes, but the best thing that you can do is just do the best job that you can do.
With all those things in play, how much time do you have when you put the ball on the floor to go around the screen to decide, I'm taking it to the basket, I'm looking for my first option, I'm going to refuse it? I mean, you have a lot of options, obviously.
Yeah.
How much time do you have to make that choice?
Yeah, that's a split-second decision for sure. Some of it is from watching film. You can take a guess of what they're going to do, but you don't always really know what they're going to do because the game happens, and players aren't dumb. They know, they watch film too, and they know other players' tendencies. But yeah, it's a split-second decision for sure.
When is the road trip to UCF? Is that in a couple weeks, or is that the one at the end of the year?
UCF, that's Valentine's Day, so
Oh, okay.
the 13th.
Is that the road game?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so
yeah.
how close is that to home?
That's about an hour 15. Yeah, really close.
Forward?
Really focused on Cincinnati right now. My mom hit me with a list of UCF names, probably got about 60 on there, but just trying to focus on Cincinnati right now.
What's it like playing point guard in this league? And have you gotten to know the other point guards through the course of the year? Or?
Haven't really gotten to know the point guards, but I mean, it's the best. Like I said, it's the best league in the conference. I mean, it's the best conference in the country, and I think your point guard needs to be able to perform in this conference for your team to have a really good chance. And I've done an okay job with that, but I mean, I know. My teammates know, the coaches know that I have to perform better in order for us to get to where we want to get to. And I will. I'm putting in the work to do that, and just praying to God that I have another opportunity to do that every day. So, yeah, to be a point guard in this conference, you have to be a good player.
The first game against Cincinnati, I thought, just on paper going into the game, they had a good advantage, like in the post. But then you guys really kind of took care of their post players in the first game.
Mm-hmm.
So now going into the second game, I mean, I'm sure there'll be some similarity, but it's not like you can just say, okay, well, let's just do what we did last time. So how big was that, what you guys did in the post the first game, and then how much of a key is that for Thursday?
It was huge. I think our coaches come in with really good game plans, and yeah, that is one of their strengths, and I think we did a really good job of taking that away. They have really good players over there too. They have a good coach over there too, and a good coaching staff, and I'm sure they'll make adjustments. But I trust our game plan that the coaches have came up with, and I trust that my teammates and myself are going to execute it. And if we need to make adjustments, the coaches do a really good job of doing that as well. And us as players need to do a good job of listening to it and executing it.
Listening to you and Coach talk, it almost sounds like a chess match, almost.
For sure.
I mean, do you see that during the game?
Yes.
Like the pieces moving?
Yes. Chess match for sure. And I think us as players can do a better job of communicating certain things that we see with the coaches as well, that we could try to manipulate and affect the game to help us come out on top with the win too.
Jasper, we were talking with Coach about how you get into the grind of the season. Sometimes practices are just game prep for the next game. It sounds like today practice was more an actual practice working on you guys. Is it easy to differentiate maybe the meaning of those practices, like what you're trying to work on day in and day out, and how meaningful are those practices when you're truly just working on yourself and this team?
Yeah, I think we should always be working on ourselves to become better for us, but at the same time, you do need to get prepared for the next game that you're getting ready to play. So I wouldn't say it's easy to differentiate that, but yeah, the coaches do a good job of communicating that with us, and just having us ready to do what we need to do for that day or that practice. And us as players just try to do as best we can to listen and execute what the coaches are asking us to do.
You've got a month left of the regular season before you get to March. Is there a sense of urgency among the players? You guys are kind of right there, but
Yeah.
you need work to do. Have you guys
Yeah.
talked about that a little bit?
Yeah, we have. We've talked about it a little bit. It's just that's tough because we all have a goal in mind, And I think the best thing for us is to focus on what's now. And because I believe and we believe we still control our own destiny.
Well, it's in your hands.
Yes.
You're in a league where you win, you
Right.
take care of that.
Right. And if we can just continue to control what we can control and focus on the next day, the next practice, the next game, I think we'll put ourselves in the best place possible.
Are these conversations like at practice or in the locker room, or are these just on your own when you guys are, I don't know, walking places or eating or something?
It's at any time. Practice, before games, in the locker room, eating. Yeah, in the locker room after practice. So, yeah, it's at any time, really.
It's not like totally formal.
No.
Rah-rah.
No,
Okay.
no. We all know what's at stake, and so that conversation is easy to come up. It's on our minds all the time, and we just got to stay in the moment as best as possible.
How hard is that, though, sometimes?
That is hard. It's really hard, especially, seeing this conference, seeing certain games, watching certain teams. Yeah, it's really hard, but, me as a leader, I have to do the best I can to help us stay present.
The difference from this than where you were is that you could have a strong season or a good season, and then you get knocked out of your conference tournament, you're done.
Yeah.
And then you're looking at the NIT or whatnot. Here, it's a little bit different. You don't have to pay attention to all the outside stuff, just focus on what you do, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's funny you say that because I was talking with one of the managers earlier today, actually. And we was talking about the bubble watch or whatever. Yeah. And I told him, I was like, every place that I've been, I've had to win the conference in order to get to the tournament.
It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, exactly. And so, I mean, we all know we don't have to do that here. But like I said, we just got to, control what we can control, take care of our business, focus on Cincinnati, beat Cincinnati at Cincinnati.